Hi everybody, and welcome back to ESO Live. We have a shorter but info-packed show for you this Friday.
It's the quality, not the quantity.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So if you've never tuned in before, this is our bi-weekly show dedicated to the Elder Scrolls Online. If you want to catch it every 2 weeks, we encourage you to follow us on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
So let's dive in and take a look at what we've got for today's show.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to start with the official ESOTU news.
Yep. Then we have the community events, all the events that happen in Tamriel in game.
Then we are going to dive into the focus of this show, which is talking about some of the Imperial City hot topics with creative director Rich Lambert.
Yes, he'll be here in studio, and of course giveaways throughout the show. Exciting.
So, yep.
Yeah.
So let's get started with the official news. Hello, and let's dive into the official news. So, if you haven't been paying attention, Imperial City launched on console last week,
yes.
So PS4 and Xbox. So we are now live on all platforms.
Finally.
This is our first DLC game pack for the Elder Scrolls Online. If you haven't checked it out, we encourage you to do so. It is a PvP-centric DLC game pack, but there is something for everyone. We do have dungeons that you can hop into if you just want a PvE. Mm-hmm. Also, patch 217, our incremental patch for PC and Mac, just went live earlier this week. And with that brought some fixes to Cyrodiil consumables that were not properly working. Also a fix for a Mac client crash. We also introduced our first gated access Cyrodiil campaign. Mm-hmm. So you have to own all of your native keeps in order to access Imperial City in this particular campaign. This is just on the PC and Mac mega servers right now. It's called the Axe of Belharza. We also increased trophy item drops in the Imperial City and your chance to get jewelry from the trophy vaults.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. In addition to a lot of other little fixes and improvements. So if you haven't yet, come on, check it out.
Yeah, check out the patch. The patch notes are on the website, of course, and the forums as well. Also new this week, Crown Store items. We have first, the Mages Guild costume pack, which you can see on the screen now. And of course, this is on PC, Mac, and Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So it doesn't matter where you play, you can get this stuff now. This is available now. We also have the glass motif. Look at that. Very nice.
Awesome.
Available now. And last but not least, the glass style item. One of our forum users said, his name's Olsborg, and he said, damn it, now I have to buy more crowns, which made me excited, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, check out that stuff now. Also happening this week, actually starting today, TwitchCon. So our very own Gina Bruno is there now with a bunch of our Twitch live streamers. I wrote down some of their names because I don't want to forget, but there's Mav and Cypher and Beer Bong Jin and Nelstar15 and Deltia and Towley. Did I forget anyone?
Pink Latex?
Yes, Pink Latex. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But yeah, they're all together hanging out, going to panels. They have different exhibitors there. There's actually like a LAN section as well. So that's happening in San Fran today and tomorrow. So exciting.
Yeah,
pretty
follow
cool.
us on social media, and she'll be doing some updates. I know she's planning on a Periscope later today, I think. And last but not least, if you haven't picked up the game yet, or you're thinking about it, you have some friends who are wanting to check it out, the standard edition of the Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited is currently $20 off at retail GameStop locations.
Nice.
And that is going on until Tuesday, 9/29.
Very cool.
Yep.
You know what I think it's time for is a giveaway.
Already?
Let's do it. Yeah, why not? So hidden back here is Funko Pop. So we've got these guys in the 3 different alliances. So if you wanted to get the High Elf or the Nord, you can. But I figure, why not give this guy away, right?
These guys are super cute.
Yeah, pretty adorable. You probably won all 3, but we're going to be giving away 1 today. So what should the secret word be?
How about fun?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Fun, because this is fun. And it's a Funko Pop. Play on words. So we'll give a couple of minutes, but yeah, type fun in chat right now and you can win this guy. Kai will reach out to the winner to let you know that you've won, and you can pick which one of these guys you want, so just let us know. But yeah, let's give it a couple more minutes and see who wins. It's exciting.
What's your favorite one? Could you pick?
No, but I think this one, which is probably why I brought it down, but I don't think I could pick. I mean, the Nord's pretty cute. Mm-hmm. Meow. He's so cute.
Do you play Daggerfall?
All.
Or do you play Ebonheart?
All.
Oh.
See,
Yeah, you're representing today.
These guys actually, we talked about it last time, but these are on the Bethesda store now, and I got all 3 of them, and I can't wear all 3 at the same time, so I just had to wear one. I could, but it would look weird, so I just picked one for today, but I'm not playing favorites, I promise. All right, so we do have a winner, and the winner is...
Glyergen?
That's why I let you say it.
Glyergen. We'll go with that.
Glyergen.
Congrats, Glyergen.
Congrats. That's pretty awesome. So like I said, Kai's going to reach out to you in chat, and you can let him know which one of these guys you want. Very cool. So up next, community events.
Yep.
Fan event time. Let's do it. So let's take a look at the fan events happening in Tamriel, shall we? Up first, we have the South Point Request Your Aid event. This is helping to rebuild the town while healing the citizens after an unfortunate chain of traumatic events.
But only in South Point.
Only in South Point. This takes place tomorrow, the 26th, and October 3rd. This is going to be an EU mega server event for Aldmeri. We have a lot of Aldmeri Dominion events this week. I don't know why it just happened to be that way, but yeah, lots of.
Aldmeri likes to party.
Yeah, they like to party. Check out this event in the western coast of Groutwood, PC and Mac.
Next up, we have Palat Party Nights. See, I told you they like to party.
Yeah.
Party like a Khajiit at this weekly oasis with food, drinks, and dancing. I wonder what it means to party like a Khajiit.
I don't know.
Skooma must be involved.
Probably.
So this is Saturday, September 26th and Saturday, October 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern at the in Reaper's March at Palat on the North American Mega Server. And this is for PC and Mac.
Very nice. Up next, Daggerfall Covenant Unofficial Tavern Night, and this is for Daggerfall people. Oh, snap, that makes sense. Come meet your fellow Covenant members at this event. This is going to take place on Tuesday nights, the 29th of this month, and the following Tuesday on the 6th at 8 p.m. And the tavern location will change each week. So if you have any questions, contact Duchess of Kvetch on PC and Mac.
She runs a lot of events.
I know, yeah, tons.
Next up is the Dark Market Daedric Sermons. Join this bi-weekly underground sermon for varying denominations. This one happens on Wednesday, September 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It's in Vulcal Guard outside the Vulcal Guard Outlaw Refuge on the North American Mega Server, Aldmeri Dominion again. If you have questions, contact Bad Chemistry or E. Banyan on the PC Mac Mega Server.
Very nice. Up next, the Gindu Tea Room. Visit for a relaxing atmosphere with an assortment of light brews and refreshments. That sounds very nice. Thursday, October 1st and the 8th at 1900 BST in Stone Falls. This is an EU Mega Server event on PC and Mac.
And this is our last event. This is the Young Vampire Coven Meeting. Not for old vampires. Gather with other newly turned vampires to share knowledge about the affliction. This is on Sunday, October 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And this is at the Fair on Auradon, North American Mega Server, PC and Mac again.
Very nice.
So that is it. Every week there's always new events to participate in.
Yeah.
Whether you're on PC, Mac, Xbox, PS4, you can always keep an eye on, usually Tesso RP has a full listing.
Yeah, they're great at keeping that up to date with new events.
So we don't have all of them listed, but you can check there.
Yep.
So next up, we're going to dive into the Imperial City Hot Topics, the main focus of our show today. Move.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Rich.
Hi,
It's
Rich.
like you just appeared.
I did, just magically. It was so hard to not just keep poking Jason
know.
while you guys were
No,
talking.
yes, you did. You kept kicking me. So welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
So for anybody who hasn't met him, this is our creative director, Rich Lambert.
Yep.
And I'm looking at the wrong camera.
That's what we do here. That's what we do. So Rich is here to talk about some of the hot topics that are happening with the recent launch of the Imperial City. There's a lot of active forum threads and discussion on social media, so we figured why not talk about some of the stuff that's been talked about.
That's been asked about. Yeah, so it is worth noting that this is not everything that we are currently working on. This is just the main hot topics we pulled, specifically tied to the Imperial City launch.
Yep.
So there are other things that we are working on as well. Yeah. So first up, the skill point reset. So this was something that came as kind of a surprise to some of our console players. Our PC and Mac players have kind of gotten used to the fact that we do this when there are a lot of gameplay and class and balance changes. So what are we doing to help it be less confusing and surprising?
Less confusing. Well, I mean, first and foremost, we plan on not automatically respecing players kind of going forward. I mean, there may be the occasion when we have to do it, but we're just not going to do it blanket automatic anymore.
Sure.
We're just going to, you know, it was supposed to be a quality of life kind of, oh my God, you guys just change everything. I want to go through it. Here's a free respec.
Sure.
But it ended up turning out to be more of a pain than anything else. So we're just not going to do that.
So we're totally listening, and we hear the console complaints about this and all the confusion. And going forward, we're going to try not to do this anymore.
So that being said, everybody needs to understand that when we do make ability changes, if we change an ability that you really want or change a morph, you're going to have to go back and respec yourself.
Sure.
Right.
But at least that way, you have the choice to do it rather than we just blanket do it.
Right.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
Now I have heard that we may be having a champion point respec at some point in the future, in which case that will message it clearly.
So when the champion point cap stuff comes in, we are going to do a reset of champion points, but only for those players that are over the cap.
Oh, okay.
Which is a pretty small percentage.
It's a pretty small percentage. We want to try to affect as few people as possible when doing this.
Cool.
Okay.
But we have to reset them if you're over the cap.
Sure.
Yeah. And we will message that on the forums, social media, in the announce section on the login page, just so everybody has a heads up. But that will be happening along with Orsinium, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Very cool. Another issue that we saw a lot on social media was crown delivery delays. So some users who had ESO Plus or just purchased crowns didn't get their crowns right away. And they had some complaints and just weren't really sure what was going on with that. I don't know if you can touch on that a little bit.
Sure. So this is definitely something that's really frustrating to us, because we got to a point where we had almost solved all of those problems. It was very rare. It didn't happen all the time, and just recently it started happening more and more frequently. And so we are working with first party to get some better debugging and to track this stuff down. It's definitely a major issue.
Sure.
Right? Like we're definitely looking into it and trying to fix it. And like I said, we are working with the first party guys.
Okay.
It seems to be more frequent on Xbox One than it does on PS4.
Sure.
So we're working on it.
And if you do run into this issue, we ask that you please contact our support team. If you're not sure where that is, if you go to our website at elderscrollsonline.com, there's a link at the top of the page that says support.
Yep.
And you can just contact us, and we'll take a look at your account and do what we can to get you taken care of.
Exactly. Very cool.
So long loading screens were a complaint after the Imperial City launch on all platforms. We are still seeing some complaints as well. So what have we done and what are we doing to kind of address those concerns?
So there's kind of been a multi-pronged attack at this. So the very first thing we did was we fixed a region crash, and that was the thing that caused almost all of the 5, 10,
really
15-minute long load screens, where you would zone and the region would crash, and so we would wait to finish loading until the region spun up again. And so we fixed that, so you shouldn't see those super long load screens anymore. We also fixed another couple of issues that could potentially lead to longer loading screens, and then in the most recent patch we put in a bunch of new logging, so that we could get some more data back about when these things are happening, what zones, your character level, things like that, so we can kind of get a better idea of where it's happening, how often it's happening, and try to track the root of the problem down a little bit more.
Cool.
Okay.
So it's definitely something that's really on our list.
Yeah.
you know, we never intended for it, obviously, to have the load screens longer with the latest patch.
Right.
They're beautiful, but you don't want to be on them longer than you have to be.
I want to get in and play and get
exactly
killed by people. So
yeah, that's exactly how I feel. One issue that we saw, especially recently, were that friends lists were not populating on console, and I know for some users, well, this was actually intentional when you would log on, that your friends list would be empty until your console friends would log on the first time. Yeah. For some users, that fixed the issue. For others, their friends would log in, they would show as active on the actual console, but in the game, they're not.
They're still not apparent,
yeah. Are we doing anything about that?
We're looking into it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's another one of those things where we're not entirely sure where the issue is, and we're trying to track it down.
Cool. Yeah, I know we have some internal cases for this, some of our own employees, and we're looking at their accounts, and we're also working one-on-one with some of you, especially on Twitter. We've been in contact with a few people, so that's been really helpful to have some very specific test cases, and we are looking into it. So campaign queues. Campaign queues have largely died down quite a bit. You know, we've but at the beginning, with Imperial City launch, there were some queues. What did we do to...
mad rush.
Yeah.
We had hours of queue time on some campaigns because everybody wanted to get in and play.
Yeah, of course.
And so, I mean, we watch the numbers, we monitor them, we you know, we'll open new ones when we need to. We've opened, I think, 3 or 4 new ones since Imperial City launched. So yeah, we're always paying attention. We're looking at it. We just launched, you know, the gated access campaign as well, and we're watching that. And if we need to open more, we'll open more.
Nice.
Great.
Constant monitoring. That's good.
Yeah.
So here's one issue that I know was definitely frustrating for some users: that the Guild Trader display was not working as intended.
Just on consoles.
Yeah, exactly. So what are we doing?
We're fixing it.
As great. As great. So do we have a fix? When's that going to happen?
So it'll be, I'm pretty sure it's in the next console patch. That stuff will go in.
I think that patch is currently scheduled for the week of October 12th.
Right.
We do sometimes get questions as to, like, why does it take us so long to fix certain things, whereas we can hotfix other things. Another one of these same issues is the bank display issue. It's similar, but it's just with individual player banks. And I know that's also getting fixed in the next incremental.
It is. And, you know, to kind of touch on what can we hotfix and what can't we hotfix, basically the way everything is set up, you know, especially on the data side, if we look at like abilities, a lot of our abilities, well, all of our abilities are created basically in a flow chart, if you will, right? And so if we need to change a number within that, in each individual widget, that's hot fixable. But as soon as we have to start rearranging how those are linked, we can't hot fix that. And so we have to basically, when we're looking at fixes and looking at hot fixes, we can either basically turn something on or off, or we can change a number. And that's about the limit we can go to. For hotfix.
Yeah.
And anything else has to go
through there. And then, you know, I know I've seen a lot, you know, why is console kind of behind PC and whatnot, and a lot of that just kind of comes down to it takes time to get the build together and then get it certified by first party and then get it propagated onto the server.
So it's got an extra step.
So it's got an extra step. It takes a little bit longer. You know, in general, it takes about another week or so for first party to certify the patch. So.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So those fixes are coming.
Yep.
They are.
Just gotta
as fast as we can make them.
Exactly. Hang on for a couple more days. Here's another issue. This is actually something that missing beam effects. So this is something that players noticed pretty much right away when logging in. Any update on that?
It's fixed.
Cool.
It'll be fixed in the next patch as well.
Great.
Okay.
So again, not something that we can hotfix because this requires some...
No, it required some pretty significant code to fix it. So
but it's happening. It's getting fixed.
It is getting
That's
fixed.
Great.
Okay.
Very
Sounds
cool.
like the next incremental will have lots of good fixes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Now, we've talked a tiny bit about our plans to address concerns where people have a huge amount of champion points and other people don't, and how that's impacting Cyrodiil. Do you want to touch on that a tiny bit?
Sure. So there's actually a really interesting video that got sent to me of somebody down in the Imperial City soloing the Molded Ball event.
Wow. Wow.
And I was like, wow, like that's insane, because we designed that for, you know,
not
8 to 10 players.
Yeah.
And the thing that got me was, you know, and actually looking at it, you know, this person had like 70k magicka and 40k health and 25k stamina regen. And so it's like, yep, that's a problem. Right?
Yeah.
And we knew it was going to be a problem. We didn't expect it to happen as quickly as it did. And so yeah, the caps are coming in, and we're definitely looking at making sure that the caps that we do set are going to affect as few people as possible. Like we know there's people out there that have cracked the 2,000 champion point mark.
Yeah. But it's like one or two
It's
people.
like 2 people.
Yeah.
It used to be 1 for the longest time, and somebody finally caught up.
Yeah. Those 2 guys are
and
going,
then
no!
there's another 15 people that are, between 1,400 champion points and 1,900 champion points.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's a small percentage. There are a number of people at 1,000 champion points as well.
And when we implement that, people aren't going to lose their champion points.
Nope. You're going to keep them. You can only spend up to the cap. You can still earn them after the cap as well. So we're not going to take away a lot of that stuff. We're just going to try to put a maximum limit that you can get power-wise.
Right.
That makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah, that's good. And players have been asking for that, so that's awesome and great and happening in the near future.
And in addition to that, there will be a catch-up mechanic as well, where if you've only got like 10 champion points, you're going to earn them faster than somebody that, say, is at 500 champion points.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah, that is good. So to kind of wrap up like all of the things that we're doing for the Hot Topics, one of the things that you guys do constantly is you read the forums and get player feedback on things, and they love giving their feedback about things.
They do.
Especially so when things are broken, like we named some of the bugs that we're fixing, but there's also some new ideas that players have, like introducing a gated campaign, reducing the grind, higher chance to get jewelry and trophies and things like that. So are we doing anything to kind of take player feedback and implement it?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the forums all the time. I definitely, a lot of players send me messages on the forums. Hey, there's this. Hey, there's this exploit. Hey, I don't like this thing. Those kinds of things. I get those messages all the time. And when I get those, I go straight to the team.
Yeah.
Eric gets a message from me every single day. Hey, did you see this? Hey, did you see this?
He loves
this?
it. Yeah.
And a lot of times he's like, oh, damn it, stop messaging me. I've got other things to do. But these are important issues. We got to track these down and fix them. And there is a great forum post, and I'm going to butcher the name, but it's Zantaria. I apologize for butchering the name, but this person actually had a fantastic post where they've been collating all the bugs.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And listing it as spoilers. And I basically, the first day that I saw that I sent our QA team to that. And they made a spreadsheet, and they went through and they checked out which issues we had fixed, what ones we hadn't fixed.
Make sure there were bugs in
and then we got that to Gina, and Gina could reply to that. So that kind of stuff I love.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I love it when people are like, hey, here's all these issues, and I'm trying to make things better. Have you guys seen these things? And there were a number on there that we had fixes for, we knew about, but there were also a number that we didn't, and so that was really cool.
Yeah,
being
it's
able to
very
do
helpful.
That stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we do read your feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
every day. Even though I don't post or respond to every single one.
Exactly.
I spend a lot of time on the forums.
Yeah, there's many threads, many posts, and we try to get through as many as we can and pop in when we can. But yeah, like everything we talked about, like Jess said today, all these hot topics, these are just a selection of the things, not everything
and we're
by any
also
means.
on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, daily, even if we're not always responding to everything.
Reading, collating. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, that kind of wraps it up. Do any of you have any questions related to Imperial City issues or topics that
bring them on.
Perhaps we could help answer?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you can always ask us now and or on the forums at any time, because we're constantly taking things down and handing them to the team. There is one thing that we should definitely do, though. Since it's the fall, I think we should give away a gift that is fall themed. Maybe like something that's over there on that couch.
Something maybe like this.
Oh my God.
And while we're doing this, we'll see if any questions come in.
So yeah, this bad boy, these are our Alliance hoodies. And of course, if you wanted one of the other two, feel free.
These are super soft.
But these are on the Bethesda store as well, if you want to check out more detailed pictures. But yeah, so how about putting the word bird in chat.
How many R's?
How many R's?
Let's do 3 R's because there's 3 of us here. 1 R
Nice.
for each.
It's like we planned that.
It is like we planned that. This one's nice.
I have all 3.
That's the Old Mary one?
And that one, that's the Daggerfall.
You have all
Is it
3.
the Daggerfall one?
Yep.
All
The Ebonheart one's pretty cool. And the Old Mary Dominion one is actually
I have
pretty
the
neat as well.
Ebonheart one.
So you run around in winter in shorts.
I do.
And one
a
of
hoodie.
these.
I don't wear the hoodie very often.
How could you not? It's so comfortable. Oh man, feel that. And of course, you're gonna get one that's wrapped, not like
Not touched.
One,
Yeah.
Not one that we've
So that's
our
why
mitts all
that's
over.
why I'm gonna continue to touch it because it's just so soft and
Right.
nice. This one has, I don't know if you,
It's a little face mask. Put it on.
yeah, no, I can't.
Oh, you're gonna wreck your hair. We don't want to do that.
Oh, oh snap! Fighting words. Yeah, it has a. I'm doing such a horrible. I could never be on The Price is Right.
It's a little face mask.
It has
There
a
you go.
face mask, so you can.
That's actually good for when it's really cold out.
It is. It's amazing.
Okay, do we have a winner? Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Kai,
Who's
do
the
we have
winner?
anyone that's gonna win this?
Kai's cursing our names right now.
Yeah, we surprised him with
With the
questions.
All right. So the winner. Oh, look what we have on the
Oh,
screen
yeah.
right there.
Ah,
Those
That's
are
a good picture.
Yeah. So
yeah.
That's Gina and Mav
and
and
Pinky.
Cypher and Pinky and Beer Bong Jin. These are our
And Nestor? Nelstar?
Nelstar 15. Yep.
Awesome.
These are our streamers, and of course Gina in the front. They're at San Francisco, like we said, and just having a great time. They didn't invite us though. We're we're a
I'm
little
sad.
bitter.
All right, so it looks like our winner is Wolf's Rain. Congratulations, Wolf's Rain, on your cozy hoodie.
Kai will reach out to you and, of course, let them know which one you want. And if you want to check out the pictures of the other hoodies, they're on the Bethesda store.
So we do have a couple questions, it looks like.
Yep.
Only 2. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, Kai can only type so fast when...
Keep
We're-
typing, Kai.
and we may have some questions coming in that are not related to Imperial City, in which
Fair
case
enough.
we'll look at addressing them in the coming weeks. But first question is, are we going to add a gated access, or gated access to all campaigns?
So all campaigns. We don't have any plans to. We definitely want to make sure that people that buy it can actually participate in it.
Right.
And the one thing that gated access does is it prevents that. You
Sure.
know, I was definitely one of the first people into the new gated campaign, and the very first thing I saw was Ebonheart had gone in and taken 1 keep from AD and from Daggerfall, and so they couldn't go in right away.
Gotcha.
And then when I came back a couple hours later, I think they had almost all the keeps. So
And some people like
some
that.
people love it, and that's why we gave the option. Right?
Sure.
But we want to make sure that people can still play the content that they paid for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Why is there no Eloa statue in Imperial City?
That's a good one.
Wow.
We'll tell Brian to get on that.
Right. Was that Eloa's question? Is that whose question that was? That's a good question.
It's something that
Let's
we're
ask
looking
Wheeler.
into,
Let's
maybe.
ask Wheeler. Put him on the spot.
Here's one. Can rearming traps get hotfixed, or do we have to wait for a patch? Sorry, we're reading from this screen, so if it looks
This
weird.
screen over here?
Yeah. So, yes, answer the question. Go.
Can it get hotfixed?
Yes.
So we are working on a fix right now. Most likely what will have to happen is we will have to do an interim hotfix,
Okay.
which will...
Hot break. I heard the term.
Hot break, yeah, which will break the ability.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll still do damage. It just won't do the bonuses and things like that.
Sure.
And then we will be able to do the proper fix in a subsequent incremental patch.
Cool.
Right.
So
okay.
as soon as that fix is ready, we will get it in. Our biggest concern is not making it worse than it already is.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
Do you have plans to add some UI customization for consoles?
UI customization. You mean like being
Being
able to move things around?
Yeah.
We don't have any plans right now. We are implementing things like subtitles and scrolling combat text. We just actually had a review of scrolling combat text, and
how's
I'm
it
actually
looking?
really liking it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Nice.
It's very simple. It's not overly flashy, and it doesn't really get in the way of things, which is something that I'm really impressed with. The work that Bobby and Gary and Chip did on that stuff is really awesome.
That's
So,
awesome.
Great.
Very cool.
Can't wait to see it.
We have a really important question we just got in. Can we have a Rich Lambert boss fight? I don't know.
Wow.
Where would you put this?
I think this needs to be a bigger discussion. Like, what abilities would the Rich Lambert boss fight have?
And I would argue if you asked that question to Wheeler or Phil or the Roble, they would say they have that every day.
Oh,
anyway, so
you would have to. You'd have to have a special lurk ability.
A lurk ability. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Will you add the Zivkin motif to the store?
The Zivkin motif to the store at some point. Yeah, it'll go in there. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well.
All right. I got off easy.
Yeah. I mean, you can actually get out of here without being. I don't know, on fire or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, well. Okay, well.
Whatever works.
All right, cool. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
And that wraps up our show. As we said, it was a fairly short show, but we hope we were able to address some of your questions and concerns from the Imperial City launch. If you didn't get your question answered, feel free to post it on the forums, and we will try next time.
Of course. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with
we'll be back on
fresh episode.
It's going to be October 9th, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe. Is it? Yeah. It's
something.
It's at 4 o'clock in 2 weeks. Whatever that date would be.
2 weeks from today.
Well, because September ends, and then there's October, and then there's weirdness with dates and numbers, and I'm not good.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, but tune in.
Yep. And have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.